And we are live. Thank you all for tuning in to another live Q&A on my channel. I'm gonna start trying to do this every single Friday after I drop a video on Wednesday, so I can hopefully answer some questions from the previous video. Like this last video, hence the title of this live, Surfing with Sharks, we actually got chased in by a shark here on North Shore, so I'm here to answer any questions you guys have about that. And if you guys want your question to pop up to the top, because sometimes it gets pretty crazy in this this live chat feed, you can use super chat and it'll put your question at the top and leave it there, and there's no way I can miss it. So if you guys would like to do that, go ahead and let's jump into this and start talking about sharks, anything you guys want to know about surfing, and yeah, here we go. Thank you for tuning in again. You guys are amazing. We get a question here. Well, there's not too many questions about sharks yet, but the best places in Hawaii to surf for beginners, I would say some little inside spots. I'd say Laniakea. There's a lot of places you can get surf lessons out here on North Shore, or even in Waikiki. So there's quite a bit of places for beginners here, which is nice, and that's why so many people can surf here, because there's a wave for every skill level out there on North Shore. It could be your first time surfing, you could be like a mediocre surfer, a pretty experienced surfer, and a pro surfer, and have a wave to surf all day, every day during winter time. Summertime gets pretty flat here, but there are those days that the waves get giant and you can't surf anywhere if you don't know what you're doing, because it's really dangerous. Just so you know, don't go out if you feel like you can't handle it. Listen to your gut. And the lifeguard signs. Listen to the lifeguard signs. I'm gonna get another question here. Hang on. I'm trying to look for one that's about sharks, but if I can't find one. Oh, here we go. We have one. Seen any sharks at Jaws? I have seen a shark at Jaws. In the channel, a tiger shark under the boats. I want to say it was during one of the Jaws events, the contest. And I remember we're sitting on the boat and someone's like, oh, look at right here. There's a huge tiger shark. And the thing was literally like, it looked like a missile in the water. Just brown, and you could see the stripes on it. So it was super, super gnarly. And I was like, I really don't want to go out there, because you're waiting for your heat and you're sitting in the channel, and it's just like the deepest channel ever, and you're like, oh my god, what creature is down there? I don't know. I don't even want to find out. Okay, here we go. Which is the most aggressive shark? I would say in general, I've heard that great whites are the most aggressive, and bull sharks. And I know for a fact we don't really have great whites here. I know they've been spotted, but the most aggressive shark we have is a tiger shark, which is really, really an aggressive shark. And those are the ones you do not want to mess with when you're surfing here, like ever. Oh, we have our first super chat from Augusto Jose. See, when this happens, this question stays there and I can read it perfectly without it getting lost in the feed. So I'm on my computer right here, so thank you for that. I'm gonna get to your question right now. What are your thoughts on non-pro tourists surfing at Rockies and Pipe? I'm concerned about locals not enjoying my presence. No, dude. There's so many people here on North Shore. I'd be more worried about you not being able to catch waves. You're not gonna get bullied out of the lineup or anything, but it's just on a good day, there's so many people out that it's just like, it's difficult to get a wave in that environment, because here is one of those places that there'll be like 100 people out and they're all really, really good surfers and know how to paddle, catch waves. And I think that's the hardest part here on North Shore, is that there's so many good surfers out that's hard to catch waves. But the answer to your question is no, your presence will be accepted like everyone else's here. So you're fine, trust me. And thanks for the super chat. Got it. We get another question. Let's see. What's the biggest shark I've ever seen? So the biggest shark I've ever seen would have to have been in southern Australia. I may have talked about this once before, but I was surfing with my friends at this perfect little spot, and all of a sudden we're looking out. It's just us out. We're at this insane wave, and we're looking out to sea, and all of a sudden this giant, like it must have been like a 16-foot shark, breach out of the water, fully out, like through its tail. It was obviously chasing something, but I don't know what. We couldn't see that. But that had to be the biggest shark I've ever seen, especially surfing or diving or anything like that. It was scary. I don't ever want to be near a creature like that ever again, to be honest. Do sharks like breadsticks? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say no, because that's not really on their diet. Let me get another question here. The most common shark in Hawaii. So we have a bunch of species here in Hawaii, and the most common one would probably be like black and white tip reef sharks, but we do get the occasional big ass tiger shark, which is like, you don't want to mess with those creatures any way whatsoever, because they are too gnarly. It's like the last thing you ever want to do. Oh, we have another super chat from Joan Figueroa. I probably said your name wrong, I'm sorry, but this is nice because your question's right here. This is Livin shirt and hoodie, came in today. I'm stoked to drop it. Oh, I'm stoked you got the clothing. That's sick. Thank you for the support. But the question with all the shapers and boards out there, why Pizzelle? You know, there is a lot of good shapers and surfboards out there, but Pizzelle is definitely like, he's a good friend, and he makes some of what I think are the best boards on the planet, so it works out great in my favor. And he's my neighbor, so he's right next door. We can work on surfboards together, like talk through things, design them really well, and I think he has the best boards on the planet, and he's awesome. Oh, we have more super chats, but no questions. So thank you. If you guys would like to ask a question, go ahead and throw it in there. Fearless Few 04, thank you. Kalani 1 2017, you're a legend. Handquake, legend, thank you very much. And we have another super chat question from Courtney Lowe. Lowe, I think that's how you say your last name. Hey Ko, Luke here from Australia. How do you get the courage to paddle into big hollow waves like what you surf at Nios? How do you get the courage? I think it's just when you dedicate your life to something that you know you want to do, the courage kind of comes with it. Like if I didn't want to be a surfer who paddled into bigger waves or surf big slabs, I probably wouldn't have the courage, but I've wanted to do that my entire life, so that courage is always just, like I can't think of anything more I want than to paddle into those waves. So I think that's how I get the courage. And yeah, thank you for the donation, you're a legend. Let me get to another question here. Okay. Sorry, these things are moving quick. What is the place I fear most while surfing? Well, I think the most scary place I think there is, if this is going to be an answer to your question, is I would have to say Mavericks, because they're sharks, it's foggy, huge waves, and you can't see the bottom. It's murky. It's just all around a extremely scary place. So that's the most scary place I've ever been. Or Nazare. They're both like up there. Jaws is really scary as well. It's just sometimes it's really inviting, like it's blue and clear water and nice and pretty, but those other waves are like just evil looking. Okay. How did I get into surfing? I've just surfed my entire life, and it's just become a part of myself really. So I never had to get into it. I was just brought up surfing, so like I don't know life any other way besides surfing. So that's how I got into surfing. Have I ever surfed in Santa Cruz? No, I have not. But I know you guys have some sharks there, that's for sure. how to get comfortable surfing without minding sharks. So I think the best thing you can do, like you know when you're surfing, if you're in the ocean, there's sharks. So you have to know that you are really not on a shark's menu for them to want to attack you. So that's something you can keep in mind, that sharks aren't there to get you. They want a turtle or a seal or something like that. So surfers aren't on the menu, which is a good thing to know, but people can and have been confused as food. So you just kind of gotta not worry about it, put it in the back of your mind, and know that they're there, know that they are not looking for you, and you'll be good. You're fine. Oh, we have a super chat from Kalani, 2017. Thank you. And we have another super chat from codename Gremlin. Gremlin the Pizzelle surfboard. If so, that's a great YouTube name. I'm gonna get to your question right now. I got it right here. It just pops up and stays there. I can read it easily without it like moving. That's why it takes me a while to get to questions sometimes, because they're moving and I'm trying to like stop them. And I'm dyslexic a little bit, so it makes it extra hard. But I'm gonna get to your question right now. Codename Gremlin. I'm from Texas and I've surfed a few times in Bali. Where should I go to surf? I'm not great, but I want to find somewhere to go regularly. Will I be outcasted if I go to Hawaii? I dream of pharaohs. You will not be outcasted if you come to Hawaii. There's so many people here. It's just the one thing I tell people is that just be ready to surf with a ton of really good surfers. So I think Bali may be a better place because there's so many islands that there's more waves than here. Like North Shore has a ton of waves in a 7-mile stretch. So there's still people out everywhere. There's not like a secret spot you can get to. But I'd say the best place for you to find waves is probably exploring Indonesia, like you've been to Bali as well. So I'm not saying don't come to Hawaii. I think you should come for sure and go surf. I'll probably see you out there. But yeah, I'd say Bali, you have a better chance of finding perfect waves with no one out rather than North Shore here, because it gets like really, really hectic with crowds, especially during peak winter season when we have our really good waves. It gets intense. But I'd say just travel everywhere. Find out where you like best, you know? So yeah. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Okay, we have more. We have more super chats here. I'm getting to all of them. Lauren McCain, thank you. I appreciate it. Have you ever been caught in a rip or undertow? Yes. So basically every time you surf and fall on a wave, you're being caught in what you would call an undertow. Under the wave, there's a rip that'll take you under. So yes, I've been caught in a lot of them. There's a lot in the shore breaks here in Hawaii. So basically every day you surf, you get caught in rip current. And undertows, it's just knowing your limits and how to deal with them that is important, because they become not dangerous if you do know how to deal with them, or you really know the spot you're at. So yes, we get caught in a lot of them. Shout out to your dog Leroy, Sam, legend. I'm gonna buy him dog treats with that. Okay, we got another question from Fearless Few 04. What would Pizzelle do if the breadstick got bitten by a shark? And do you have any tips on surfing pipe? When I went there, I only made one wave. I paddled into 3. I'm 15. Tips on surfing pipe. You just really have to put in a lot of time surfing pipe, because you're not just gonna get good in one trip or one session. Like, you may get a good wave, but you're never gonna learn the surf spot if you don't put in the time that you need to put in to learn to surf that wave, because it is such a difficult wave and a crowded wave at that. So also, if the breadstick got bitten, I think Pizzelle would be over the moon, because he still doesn't even want to make one for me. So he'd probably be stoked. He'd be like, that's the reason I'm not making it, because it got bit by a shark. All right, we have more super chats here. I'm getting to you guys' questions right now. Thank you very much. Oh, wait. I'm a little lost here. Hang on. Sorry, the chat just freaked out. Okay, Kalani, 2017. Are sharks attracted to bright orange colors? Can you give a shout out to Sunday Slide Club in Santa Cruz? Mahalo, brah. What's up, Sunday Slide Cruise in Santa Cruz? Sunday Slide Club. This is a tongue twister for me. You guys are legends. But are sharks attracted to bright colors? Yes, they are. I think this has been proven before. They like bright colors. And a lot of surfers like to put bright colors on their surfboards, like I do every now and then. So it could be a little bit of an attractant to them, but I wouldn't put too much thought into it unless you're surfing a notoriously sharky wave. Maybe take out your most neutral surfboard. I would say that's the best call. We have another super chat from Rick M. How often do you surf here in Maui, and where in Maui is my favorite spot? I either saw you or your twin a few months ago with Kai at Ho'okipa. So I was not at Ho'okipa, but I love Honolulu Bay and Jaws. Just the only reason I don't go there that much is because of the crowd at Honolulu Bay. If there wasn't that crowd, I would probably be there every single swell, because it is literally one of the best waves in Hawaii on Maui. But it has to be one of the most crowded waves as well. So that's why I kind of avoid the spot, but I think it would be my favorite spot on Maui, for sure. Thank you for your donation. I got your super chat. You're a legend. Answered your question. We have another chat from, I'm going to say your guys' names wrong, and I'm really sorry about that, but Kiran O'Donnell. I see it's Euro, so you must be from Europe. Hey Ko, what's the best thing you can do out of the water to improve your surfing? Family loves your show. Keep being awesome. Thank you for the support. I would say the best thing you can do outside of the water for surfing is strengthening your shoulders for paddling and your legs for surfing. So I put up a lot of workout videos on my YouTube. Well, I mean, a few. A lot is in 3. There's more coming. But I'd say if you can get your shoulders, core, and legs super strong, you'll be great. Or it's basically your full body. But it's really hard to target those muscles you use surfing because you don't really use them doing other things. And I've found a few good workouts that do target those muscles. So if you want to check them out, go ahead. They're on my YouTube. And yeah. Are you guys allowed to surf in Europe right now? I don't know. If we're allowed to surf here, so if you want to stay in shape for that, go ahead and check out those videos, and I appreciate your support. Karen O'Donnell. We have another super chat from a name I'm probably going to pronounce wrong. Victor de Caser. Thank you for the support. And I'm going to get to another one. Oh, Fearless View 04. Legend. Cheers, mate. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Another super chat with no question from Victor de Caser. I'm probably saying that wrong, and if I am, I'm sorry. But thank you for the support. Zach O'Connor, thank you for the donation. Write a question there if you want. I'll answer it. Okay, I'm going to get to another question. Yoko, will I ever surf Mavs again? Yes, for sure. Even though it is a scary, scary place, I will surf there again, for sure. It's just, when will we be able to travel? Not sure. And when will Mavs get good? Probably next winter. So I'll probably come to Mavericks next winter. Yeah, I will see you there. Cold water, murky water, and sharks ain't stopping me. So I'll be there. What is another sport I like doing most besides surfing? Would be snowboarding. One of my favorites, hands down. If I wasn't a surfer, I would hopefully, in my other life, be a snowboarder because I love it. We got another super chat. Fearless Few 04, come to Oz. I will, for sure. I will be coming to Oz as soon as this whole quarantine thing is over, because your guys' season is starting now, and I would love to come and surf some of your guys' perfect waves. I come there almost every year, and you know what would be really cool is to do a movie premiere there, and yeah, that could be coming soon. Once they lift this whole ban and this virus goes away and everyone's healthy, I will be coming there. Oh, we have more super chats from Fainting Goat. thank you for the support. I'm gonna get to your question right now. And we have another one from Patrick Romillo. I'll get to your question in a second. After fainting goats. A lot of respect working with the community with the masks. Yeah, we went and handed out a bunch of masks not long ago, and that was just to help everyone, like here in Hawaii, flatten the curve. Plan on any other videos similar with community or environmental work? Yeah, I plan on doing a lot of community service and like environmental stuff when we can. I mean, it's kind of hard to get a big group together right now, but I'm always looking for like plastic-free stuff, helping the community, especially like our local communities that don't get a lot of help, like with that mask thing. They're technically North Shore, where we went and handed those masks out. It's where I went to school, and they get kind of forgotten about. They're just right on the other side of Turtle Bay, and not many people go down there to help out. So that was kind of our idea behind it, or my brother and Zach Noyle's idea was to bring these masks to the communities that don't really get too much support, because the mask here sold out instantly, and you need a mask to go into a grocery store, basically live your life. So that was the whole thing about bringing them there. They have free masks and can continue to live their life normally. Well, not normally, but like how we can live our life. Thank you for the donation, the question. Fainting goat, you're a legend. Patrick Romillo, did I say that right? Possibly not. Are you planning on expanding the Sunrise Shack? Also, if you can shout out Greasy Monkey Tattoos 310. Shout out. But yes, the answer to your question is we will be expanding the Sunrise Shack year after year, hopefully bringing it to everywhere on the planet. That's like our long-term goal really, is to bring it everywhere, you know, like Australia, Europe, California, all throughout America, South America, Brazil. Like, it'd be really cool to have it everywhere, and like expanding our like health and wellness concept, you know, to keep people healthy and give them a healthy option for all kinds of stuff, and making people aware of being healthy. That's like our main goal, is making sure people like see the healthy side of things, because a lot of places you don't get that healthy side or option for food. Like a lot of places I travel, it's like you don't get a lot of health options. So that's our goal, is to bring that everywhere so we can eat healthy. Everyone stays healthy. Am I planning on coming to California soon? Maybe. Once this whole ban's lifted? Probably. Good chance, yeah. I would say so. I love California and the waves there. You guys have amazing waves. Oh, we have a super chat from Handquake. Thank you. I'm going to get to your question right now. Could you send a shout out to Ben Gravy for 100,000 subscribers? No way. Ben Gravy hit 100,000. Ben Gravy's a legend and a goat, especially in the YouTube world. Of course. Ben Gravy's a man. That's crazy. Congratulations to him for hitting 100K. He deserves it for sure. All right, we got another super chat from Fiercely Loyal. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get to your question right now. After the quarantine, I'll come to Oahu and pay you $1,000 for a surf lesson. At least 8 days. Wait, an 8-day surf lesson? Because if you want to just say surf lesson, that's totally fine. But a week-long surf lesson? I don't know. That's a lot of time that I probably can't do. But yeah, I've thought about doing like high-end surf lessons, like taking people out to certain spots, and they'd be a little more expensive than a normal group lesson. But I've thought about that for the future, is doing like higher-end surf lessons. So yes, if you come to Oahu and you want a surf lesson, that fully could happen. Just write me on Instagram and I'll get it. Fiercely Loyal. Nice name. And thank you for the donation. Oh my God. Thank you for the donation, and stay safe in this quarantine. Really appreciate it. Sam, have you ever had the chance to surf in Ireland? No, I have not, but I would really, really like to one day, because it looks so cool and like cold and eerie, and perfect waves. So one day I'll get there, and yeah, hopefully I'll get there soon once this whole thing is lifted. Oh, actually, it's transitioning out of your guys' surf season, I think, because you guys are northern hemisphere. Our summertime, it goes southern, like Tahiti, Australia, and all that stuff. Okay, we get to another question. Sorry, my dyslexia. Why is Jaws called Jaws? So, its original name is Peahi, but the reason they call it Jaws is because I think this, when people were towing in before, like the barrel was so big, they're like, whoa, like Jaws, like that's a big jaw. So, I don't know if that's correct, but I know the real name of the surf spot is called Peahi, which is, I think, the land there. So, I don't know. I can't really speak to that. I'm sorry. I wish I had more for you. What do I think about Portugal waves? I think they are very intense and they're very similar to Hawaii. So you guys have some intense, beautiful waves there, and I will probably be coming back as soon as I can. I love it there. Come surf New York? For sure. But I heard New York's pretty hectic right now with this whole virus thing. So when it's all said and done, I will come surf New York. I haven't yet, but I know of a lot of surfers from there that surf really well, so I'd love to one day. Where did I learn to surf? Wait, where? Oh God, I lost that question. Where did you learn to surf? I learned to surf right here on the North Shore of Oahu from my older brother, my dad, and basically my family taught me how to surf since I was born. I don't even remember the first time I was on a surfboard because I was so young. I was like literally a child. Best Pizzelle shortboard for a beginner. I would say get a gremlin, a bigger gremlin, because they paddle really well and they move really well and they're pretty stable for a beginner. So I'd say go ahead and try that surfboard out and let me know what you think. One day there'll be a breadstick that you can try, and yeah, coming soon. Get to another question. Have I ever surfed in South America? Yes, I've been down to Peru, Chile, Panama. I love it. I think it's a beautiful place. You guys have some incredible waves. I'm scared of your tap water. Okay, I'm gonna get to another question. I'm trying to find one about a shark, but they're moving quick. Here's one. Not about a shark. How is the surf on North Shore today? It's pretty fun. Actually, after this live Q&A, I'm going to go surf Rocky Point. So, it's not big or crazy or anything. It's about 4 feet. So, it'll be fun. Ever wanted to surf Shark Island? It's a heavy slab in Australia. I think you'd like it. You know what? I've heard of Shark Island in Australia, and I would love to surf there, even though it's called Shark Island. One day I'll make it there. Australia has some crazy, crazy sharks that you do not want to mess with. Those big great whites are not the sharks you want to mess with. How deep is the reef at Pipeline? So that depends on where the wave is and how big the wave is, but usually it's about 6 feet deep if there's no waves. But when a wave comes through, it draws all the water off of the reef, and it can be this shallow to no water sometimes. You're just looking at dry reef, and that is one of the reasons Pipeline is such a dangerous wave, is because it is so shallow and you can hit the bottom so hard that it knocks you unconscious, and then you can die. So that is what Pipeline is known for, as being a super, super shallow reef. And the wave is so powerful that if it is that shallow and you fall in a bad spot, it is going to push you straight down to the bottom and can really, really hurt you or even kill you. So we try to avoid that at all costs. Okay, I'm getting to shark stories. I have a shark story for you. In my previous video that I dropped 2 days ago on Wednesday, we were surfing this little wave on North Shore, and we're having fun. Me and my friend Mason Barnes are on the inside, and there's about 4 people outside of us, and we're catching the little insiders. It's like 2 feet, not many people out, and all of a sudden these 4 dudes from outside are just paddling as fast as they could, just yelling, "Shark, shark." I guess this shark like came up next to them and like attacked a fish or a turtle, I don't know, but it was like thrashing all crazy, and we just booked it to the beach. And if you guys want to see the footage from that, go ahead and check out my last video. It was an experience for sure. It was very scary. Very scary. We just went straight in. Have I ever been so close to a shark I touched it? No, I have not, and I don't want to be ever. So, sorry about the chickens. They're outside. Actually, they're inside. No, I don't want to come that close to a shark that I can touch it. Have you experienced someone getting hurt by a shark? I mean, I've only heard stories of people getting hurt by sharks. I've never been out when someone actually got attacked by a shark. I've watched turtles get eaten alive by sharks. A couple times here on North Shore, like right at Rocky Point, I've watched a big tiger shark come up and attack this turtle and throw it like 15 feet in the air and go back to the turtle that got thrown and eat it in one bite. I was like, oh my God, that was the craziest, scariest thing I've ever seen. And the whole lineup just went straight in because there was an aggressive tiger shark out trying to kill people. Or turtles, thankfully. How long does pipe usually hold you down? That depends on the wave, but pipeline doesn't really hold you down for that long. I would say an average of like 8 to 10 seconds. If it's longer, you're probably gonna catch another wave on your head. So if it's longer than that out there, you're definitely having a shocker. But it does. It gets worse than that. Can you adopt me? I cannot adopt you. I don't want any kids right now. Favorite spot to eat on Oahu? Sunrise Shack. Right here on North Shore, we got one in Waikiki. It's the best. Also, Pupukea Grill on North Shore is amazing. It's a really good spot to eat. Okay, I'm trying to gather questions here, but they're moving quick. Oh, we got a super chat from Brett. Do you always drink coffee before paddling out? How do you not get dehydrated, crash out there after 5 cups? So I do crash and get dehydrated out there after having so much coffee that I have to come in, drink water, then go back out. But the reason I drink so much coffee is because I think my caffeine threshold is really high, and I've had so much of it that I'm like addicted to it and need so much to even feel it. And by the time I feel it and I'm surfing, I'm like, oh my God, I am so thirsty right now. I have to go in. But sometimes when I'm on it, I'll drink like a ton of coffee, drink a bunch of water, and then I'll be able to surf for like hours and hours and hours and be completely fine. And I probably usually come in, drink more coffee, and then go back out to surf for hours. But thank you for the donation. Your question was really easy to read. Brett, you are a legend. Thank you for the support. Gonna get some more questions. Sorry, these are moving quick. They're really tiny and hard to see. What are your thoughts on shark culling? I think you spelt it wrong, but shark killing. I am beyond 100,000% against that. Sharks are in the ocean because that's where they live. We, if anything, are disrupting their environment. And I think shark killing is one of the worst things that could happen on this planet. Especially they're very vital to our ecosystem. They clean up the oceans of like rotten carcasses and all kinds of stuff. So I'm beyond against that. That is like the worst thing I can think of, actually. Even though sharks are so scary, you have to know, like, we're in their environment. They're not in our environment. Like, we went into their home and are kind of disrupting them. So, like, that's pretty messed up to kill them. I think it should be illegal everywhere on the planet. Oh, we got another super chat donation from Roman Desmond. Did I say your name wrong? Possibly. Thank you for the support. There was no question there, but I appreciate it. All you guys in your super chat love, it is amazing. My favorite song, right now would be Roses, the embed. I don't even know how to say the guy's name who did the remix, but if you just look up Roses remix, that is my favorite song. I'm sure it's gonna pop up. Oh, we got another super chat from Nick Vandenberg. Is that a Viking last name? And did I say it wrong? Did you get a chance to try the Swell prototype? Oh, Nick. Not yet. I haven't been surfing much lately, but I think I'm gonna shoot in the next couple days. And if you guys want to check out something really cool, everyone watching, there's this product that Nick, who just did the super chat donation, has created. It is a headphones you can listen to while you're in the water. It connects to an Apple Watch. It's really cool. He just got me one. I'm gonna do a YouTube video on it soon, so you guys stay tuned for that. If you guys want to check it out, it's called Swell. So if you look that up, I think it's soundswell.com. Go check it out. They're up for pre-order right now, so go get one if you want one. I'm excited to try mine. Thank you, Nick, for the donation. Nancy Tarawidi, super chat. Thank you. This is really easy to read because they stop. What frustrates you most about the WSL, if any? So, I mean, the WSL doesn't really frustrate me. Like, they support surfing a lot. I think what frustrates me is the fact that a lot of people travel to these places, and they can travel so far and spend so much money to get to these contests that you can lose first heat and just be sent home with no money to pay for what you just paid to get to these contests you have to do. So I'm not against the WSL, but I think if they made it that you could qualify from, like, say they took a certain amount of people from Hawaii and you just did contests in Hawaii, like, then I might do contests because you'd be able to qualify from your region. So I'm not against them, but I don't like how the contests are structured. So if you could qualify to your region and not spend money to go surf these waves that aren't always good, I'd be all about it. Thank you for the donation. We got another one, super chat from Roman Desmond. Are you cousins with Jace Max? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Not sure. We have another super chat from Finn Basher. Any tips for barrels? I probably said your name wrong. I'm sorry about that. But any tips for barrels? I think the most common thing that happens for beginners when they do start getting barreled and they get to that skill level is the best thing you can do is try to just be calm, because I see a lot of people when they get into barrels, they kind of freak out and don't know what to do. But the best thing you can do is to set your line and be calm and just stay there. And if you need to pump, you pump, but if not, you just sit there casually and let the wave do the work. So that is the best tip I could give you, and it's all about practice. Okay, I'm gonna answer a few more questions here, and I'm probably gonna get off in about 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. Oh, we have another super chat from Richard Tarpey. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. It's not my intention. Would you come surf in South Texas during a hurricane swell? Also, Sunrise Shack would make a killing here. Well, thank you. I would love to bring the Sunrise Shack to South Texas one day. And the answer to your question, yes, I would be extremely excited to go surf South Texas during a hurricane. It sounds so fun. I would like to surf like everywhere in the United States. Actually, everywhere in the world maybe. But don't you guys get like tanker swells there? I've seen a few people surf tanker waves there. But yeah, I would love to come surf South Texas during a hurricane swell. That sounds really fun. Oh, we got another super chat donation from Daniel Rudiman. Did I say your name right? I don't know. Do I remember my first... Do you remember the first time you got barreled? Yes, I remember the first time I got barreled. I remember it was at VLAN when I was a child. There's actually footage of this. I have to find it. I don't know if you could consider it a barrel, but to me, it was a barrel. I'm like kind of outside of it. I'm in my blue helmet, but I'm backside as well. I just remember dropping into this perfect little double up and grabbing my rail, and all of a sudden I'm like in the barrel. What felt like I was like super deep in a barrel, and yeah, that was my first barrel. Come to find out later when I watched the footage, wasn't much of a barrel, but it was my first barrel. Even if it wasn't technically a barrel, it got me hooked on getting barreled. So I basically owe my career to that wave because I just loved it so much. Oh, we have another super chat donation from Spencer Nakasato. Thank you, no question. Appreciate the support. I'm gonna get to a few more questions here, and then I'm gonna sign off because it's been about 40 minutes. Do board colors make a difference with sharks? I'm sure it could change the shark's opinion if it wants to come and check you out or not. Like a super bright fluorescent board may be more attractive to a shark to come and look at you rather than just a white board. Yeah, it could attract them. Will they attack you? Probably not, but sharks do attack people sometimes. Okay, we'll get to another question. Sorry, they're moving quick. What surfer was my first inspiration? So who I looked up to forever and still look up to is Kalani Robb. I just remember watching him surf Rocky Point. He was a goofy foot. He would get barreled and just completely rip waves. And his surf parts were always so funny. I remember his surf part in, was it Stranger Than Fiction, where he's pretending like they have green screened his airs. I think that one like really stood out in my mind, and he's been my biggest inspiration as a child surfing forever. Okay, we'll get to another question here. I'm trying to grab one, sorry. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Probably shooting YouTube videos and bringing the Sunrise Shack all around the world. It's where I would like to see myself in 10 years. And having a good time and being healthy, maybe with a family, I don't know. 10 years is a long time. I can't predict that. Nor do I really look that far into the future. Because who knows what can happen. Hopefully a lot of good. But I want to say thank you guys for watching. Oh wait, we have another super chat here. I'm sorry, I was just about to sign off, but I gotta answer your question. You gotta come down to Miami and premiere your next movie in South Beach, brother. I would love to. That's always been a thought in my mind, is bringing, like doing a full America This Is Livin movie premiere, like hit a bunch of states, a bunch of surf spots. And I actually seen some photos of Miami Beach that were like firing perfect waves with the city right there. It was really cool. I'd love to come and surf there too one day. But thank you for the donation, Ricky Mayo. You're a legend. And I'm gonna sign off here now. And if you guys could go subscribe to my channel, watch some of my videos, that'd be greatly appreciated. You can check out the merch. The link will be in the bio of this video. And yeah, subscribe, and everyone stay safe out there and have a good time. See you later. Thank you for watching.